Seriously, what the hell? Sony Pictures Animation. That I know that your produced movies, will one of them get hated? Like the Emoji Movie. The movies are just don't know what they tried to do. Like, you got theatrical movies, direct to video, direct to DVDs, and but we got open season scared silly. Oh my god. Just like with Food Fight and Norm of the North, including the Drawn Together movie, the movie. This one has to be the worst one I have ever seen. But I want to say this, the first movie is so fantastic. The first open season from 2006, it did good in the box office, I think. I honestly like the first movie a lot, but as for the sequels, open season 2 and 3, yeah, they suck. I need to do extreme rants on them very soon. But this, Scared Silly, another sequel, oh my Jesus, Tornation, God. So, what's the plot about this movie? So it takes place after open season 3. The animals are in having a camp, and then they learn about lore about the werewolf. Yeah, werewolves. And a wampy werewolf, I think. Wampa is werewolf or whatever. And that's what I can't explain the plot. I have something for this movie. This is honestly the worst one out of the open seasons so far. Just like with open season 2 and 3. Lamberock Strikes Back rant on this movie. I'm gonna do it better I can. This is sponsored by Lamberock Strikes Back's video on this movie. So, what's going on in this movie? So the animation, Jesus fuck. The animation looks even worse than the animation in Food Fight, Norm of the North, the Drawn Together movie, the movie. What else? Dougal. You know Dougal, that US dub of the Magic Roundabout. Yeah. Also, first of all, the Magic Roundabout is also a good movie with good animation. But why did Harvey Weinstein decided to ruin it up in the USA in 2006? So, I got something. Well, in Scared Silly, this is open season Scared Silly. This is honestly the worst movie of 2015 or 2016. But the movie is so very bad. And also the two characters from the first movie, the human ones like Gordy and Shaw, yeah, they return in this movie. Well, the other characters, like the pets from the second movie and the third movie, never return. Oh, and you know what else? Uh, including including the characters in the third movie. Yeah, the characters in the third movie, they didn't return. They just specifically removed those characters. And this is specifically, Scared Silly is specifically an alternative to the first movie, the first open season movie from 2006, because of Gordy and Shaw. Yes, they return in this one. And now we're also getting into the moments that I don't like in this movie. Number one, this movie lost its mind. Yes, this movie lost its mind. There's some parts that is so annoying. Like they don't know what a real werewolf is. I and I'm gonna show you the clip. This is how the movie lost its mind.
Wait a minute. That's not Ian. That's the real werewolf. Run!
That's not even a real werewolf. That's not a. The way that Elliot says, "That's the real werewolf. Run!" Shut up. That's not even a real werewolf, dumbass. Yeah. And what else? Or an even worse.
The wailing wampus werewolf. It's real. It's real.
It's not, you dumbass. You see that? This movie lost its mind. This is honestly the stupidest one. The animation, even worse than Food Fight, its animation. Or maybe a Cars Life, Sparky's Big Adventures animation. Or cloning Plan B, which on Plan B ripped off B movie. Oh, let's get into the characters. Boog, he is the worst. He is honestly very annoying in this movie. Don't get me wrong, he's the funniest character in the first movie. But him in this, no. He is so annoying. But in 2 and 3, he is so weak. But I'm gonna explain the others. The animals are just wasted. Or what about the characters from the first movie that return? Gordy, he was wasted in this one. Don't get me wrong, Gordy is such I think a good character in the first movie. And what about Shaw in this one? I'll say Shaw is a very terrifying villain in the first movie, but in this one he is not. I'll say in Scared Silly they fucking ruin him. And we are getting into the character I don't like. I'll say the characters from the first movie return in this sequel. For some reason, Gordy and Shaw. Gordy, yeah, you know Gordy. He's from the first movie. And what else? I'll say Gordy is such a good character in the first movie, but in Scared Silly, he returned, but he's honestly wasted in this one. Oh, speaking of Shaw, in open season Scared Silly, he is so dumb. Honestly, don't get me wrong, in the first movie, he was so terrifying. He's a terrifying, threatening villain. Shaw is a very terrifying, threatening villain in the first movie. Yes, you hear me. That's what I said. Shaw, the scariest, terrifying, threatening villain in the first movie. But in Scared Silly, the one he returned in alongside Gordy. Yeah, they return in this movie. They're just wasted. And now, I'll see after those characters. What about those two guy fuckers? Yeah, they're just not entertaining. And they honestly, let's go to my thoughts on the open season movies. The first open season, I really enjoyed it. I watched it in the car at the beach. Yeah, yeah, I watched it, and it's so funny. The first open season, it's honestly the funniest film of 2006. Also the good one in 2006, alongside Cars, Barnyard, what else? Curious George, Happy Feet, especially with Ice Age 2, The Meltdown. Yes, that sequel to Ice Age. But, yeah, but as for the sequel, Open Season 2, it's such a cliche sequel. The alright, I like about Open Season 2 was the animation. I think it's alright, but my favorite part of Open Season 2 is the water park scene. Yeah, because I like water parks. Honestly, I like the water park scene in Open Season 2, but the actual movie is just, boring. And, Open Season 3, yeah, is a very weak, boring movie. Yeah, Open Season 3 just copied Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted. And, what else? Oh, and speaking of Open Season 2, there's the character that my favorite YouTubers despise on, and that is Raja. Yeah, that skinny cat prick pervert of a character. And, oh, and, and they ruined good, in the sequels, they ruined good songs. Like in this, but in Open Season 2, they ruined Close to You. In Open Season 3, they ruined On the Road Again. And I don't know what Scared Silly ruined a one song. I don't know. And, now, let's get into, honestly, the worst character in the movie. And that is, I'm gonna explain the number one my least favorite character in this god-awful movie of all time. Yes, my least favorite character. And that is, I'm gonna count in 3, 2, 1, go! The character that is honestly the worst one out of the movie goes to Elliot. Honestly, after a great, funny ass deer, that is honestly Elliot, and honestly, Elliot's such a funny character in the first movie. And, honestly, I like Elliot in the first movie. Elliot, the deer. He is so funny in the first movie. But in Scared Silly, he is by far my most despised character. He's honestly in Open Season 2. He is blind. And, but he's blind. He doesn't know how to learn. He has a small brain. No, a small brain. In Open Season 2. Why? And, because the reason why he honestly did that, honestly has that, because he's so blind in the Open Season 2. Oh, and in Open Season 3, yeah, he's wasted. But it asks for him and Scared Silly. We are getting into the worst part. Now, the worst part about Elliot, and that is this motherfucker scene.
We've struck the mother lode.
Isn't that kind of small for werewolf poop?
Werewolves are notoriously small poopers. That reminds me of Bobby. Who will save my precious doo-doo in a little plastic baggie now?
Don't look at me.
You can learn a lot about a monster from its poo. It's the window to the soul. Enough times to know there's only one way left to truly know the werewolf's whereabouts. No. No!
What do you know? Just to be clear, you're saying the poo that's in Elliot's mouth right now is your poo.
I'd recognize those pistachios anywhere.
Code brown! Code brown! Friend's poo! Friend's poo! I just ate a friend's poo!
Yes, that disgusting scene. I just throw up during that scene. Why would Elliot eat a fucking turd? Now, from the collusion. This one has to be the worst one out of the open season movies so far. Oh, and at the end, blah, 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 and also in the end, let me show you the ending. They find a real werewolf. Yes, they find a real werewolf. You want to say? You know what part I'm talking about? There's a real werewolf at the end of the movie.
I think that's a great setup.
Nice try, Ian. Oh, props on the fake teeth. Very convincing.
Is everything all right over there?
This is not Ian. Nice werewolf. Good werewolf.
You also see that they finally there's a real goddamn werewolf. Yes, the real werewolf at the ending scene of the movie. Oh, and here's the part that just went off. Did I find that funny? Nope. Yeah, this movie could go fuck itself. This is my worst open season movie. Even though this movie is produced by Sony Pictures and Animation. But this is in my opinion on this movie, this is the worst one out of the movies. Because honestly, I hate this one. Because it's boring, cheap, and the animation is cheap and lazy. Which I can't say that. And on the animation, worse than Food Fight and Norm of the North. And this is specifically the Norm of the North of open season movies. So instead, fuck this movie big time. Yes, fuck open season Scared Silly. This movie could go fuck itself. It's specifically the Norm of the North of open season movies. Yeah. And I explained the worst character, Elliot, in this one. Yes, he's Elliot. He is honestly acting. He is literally the He's honestly acting. He's Elliot in this one. He's literally Norm of Norm of the North of open season movies. Don't get me wrong, he's funny in the first movie, but in here, he is nothing. So I give this movie a 0 out of 10, and it's also the worst movie to be produced in 2016, I think. So that's my review, Extreme Rant, on open season Scared Silly. I hope you guys will like this video. And this is the only Extreme Rant video I made. So, goodbye. And I'm going to do Extreme Rants and reviews later. Goodbye. This is the Snodges Back to 2025, signing off.